Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to review this puzzle cube tutorial. It's a beginner tutorial. It's very simple, but it's based on sketching, not shapes. So let me explain before I get started what you're going to see here. So if you can see, this object is made of multiple pieces. Obviously that's a puzzle. You have the blue one which extends both sides. Then you have the yellow one which is just one corner here, one side. And you have this red one which is basically extends all the side, this front side, I mean half of the front side basically. And then you have this one over here which is the bottom back side, and so on. So the main idea is, obviously there's many ways you can do an object that looks like this. It's not a very difficult object, but the advantage what this tutorial is doing, that it's actually going to create them all using a single profile. And this is going to be really simple. So let me get started. I'm going to load this tutorial, click on play tutorial. I've already downloaded this tutorial, so I just need to find it in my downloads, and we start the tutorial. Okay, so we're going to start with a 3D sketch, and as I said, we're not going to use the basic shapes. For this tutorial we're going to use a sketch, but it's a really simple drawing, so it's a beginner tutorial. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to activate the tool that we're going to use, which is a rectangle. And now we're going to set here the plane. So what we want to draw here is we're going to draw actually on the back front plane. So with this plane, I already looked at the top down. No, you want to use the front. I'm going to do it over here, and we're going to uncheck the bottom top plane. So we're basically going to use this plane. I can already zoom into this plane. And we're also going to set the precision to change. The default will snap to these three options. We want to add the fourth option, which is the grid vertices. So we won't be able to snap to these grid vertices. And now what we're going to do here is it tells me to find a highlighted point. So I'm going to zoom in. You can see this yellow dot, and this is based on a grid vertex, and this is based on a vertex. So we snap over here, which gets the first starting point of the rectangle. And now we need to snap to this point over here. So you have created this basic shape. Now we're going to draw another rectangle while rectangle is still on. And here's something interesting what we did. We drew a rectangle on the other way, but this rectangle overlaps this rectangle. And in SelfCAD, this automatically creates a split over here. So we drew a simple rectangle, but this will automatically split. And this feature that will automatically split will soon be used. And then we're going to draw a new rectangle over here, down to the bottom, and snap all the way here. So we have three rectangles, and this kind of like a ladder, staircase kind of sizes. And now we're going to draw another rectangle, click over here, and go down all the way over here. So all we did over here is we drew this profile that it's kind of overlapping. It's a basic big rectangle that has in it this smaller rectangle, another smaller, another bigger over here, and so on. Now what we're going to do is we're going to activate the polygon mode to, actually it doesn't matter polygon or faces, in this case they act the same on profiles. And we're going to select just this one side. This is actually what we drew first. And I use the marquee selection because the tutorial knows what I need to do, but in reality, if you do this, you will select these lines as well, so you don't want to do that. But we selected this was actually what we drew first, and we're simply going to extrude them to create a mesh. But we're going to make them, we want them to go the other way around, so we're going to make it -75, -75, and this means it goes out this way. And we're going to finalize it. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're simply going to color, and whatever color design I chose, and we're going to hide this away. Now we're going to select back the same profile we just worked with, and again activate polygon mode, but now we're going to select this entire thing over here, a bigger part of this profile. And again, I use marquee selection, but normally we'll have to use it, or you can select entire thing and then hold down the control key and marquee select this, which will deselect them. And then you're going to go to extrusion again, and now we're going to make it 75. Instead of -75, you're going to make it +75. So we're extruding on this direction. And now what we're going to do is again the same flow. It's very simple. We color and we hide them away. Now we select again the same profile and select another piece from the profile, which is this. And as you can see, this is really simple. The same flow over and over. It's a -75. So we create this piece, and we color, and we basically hide them away. Now we're going to select again this profile and select the final piece, which is this, and now we're going to extrude. Here is interesting. So we want this blue piece to go across both sides. So in reality, what we need is a mirror. SelfCAD's actually going to add soon a mirror feature. SelfCAD already added that to add thickness. In extrusion, we don't have it yet. It's going to be added soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it simply 150 and then move it over by half. So make it 150, which is double, 75 plus 75. We're going to color it and we're going to move it. So we're going to move it by, instead of moving it by something, we're simply going to zero it, the Z to 0, which is, it's now 75. If you make it 0, that basically puts it in the center, so it's 75 moved on both sides. Okay, and now we have to select, let's say we're going to uncheck this. We're going to select all of these profiles here. Let's see what we're going to do. And this, and we're going to isolate them. Okay, and closing this panel, and that's basically it. We're done. So what you see over here, this is basically all using extrusion. A single profile has just been drawn so that has this cuts. Now the reason this is working, if I'm going to hide this away, you'll see the reason this is working is because these profiles, and we intersected them, actually are made to behave separately. See, this is now one piece. We added these vertices over here, so they're all independent, and then if you tell the extrusion whichever part you want to tell it to extrude, you get this part. So I can tell it, for example, to extrude this part, we will get this section, and the extrusion actually will ignore this. For example, if I do it this way, extrude, let's see what will happen. It actually does the entire thing, but actually will allow me to give me, just a side note, it will give me this line. So the line's actually not ignored, it just adds it a split. And this is the way actually SelfCAD allows you to more advanced features, where you can add sometimes the line to later use to do modify the mesh and so on. But in this case, we did not need to do that. It's a really simple basic tutorial. So we didn't modify anything. We didn't care about the inner lines. We just used the single drawing to get all of the pieces. And the final piece was just a mirrored, but because we still lack the mirror feature, we just moved it. And that's basically it. I hope this was helpful, and let me know in the comments if you want me to show anything else, or if you have any other questions about SelfCAD. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.